A link has been posted to your Facebook feed. Kevin Massey with his dog, Aria, on a UK basketball court. November 30. Massey's eligibility as a student manager has expired, so now he goes to UK basketball practice just to watch and get fist pounds from his super tall friends. Photo, Mark Coraliso /UK photo. 3 weeks, that's how long Ruth Massey was giving her son as a freshman at the University of Kentucky. He'd get homesick, she figured. He'd get tired of the stress. That campus would be too large for Kevin and his wheelchair. Before the wheelchair, before the numbness in his calf had turned into something sinister, Kevin Massey had played basketball and run cross-country at Franklin Central. He had a lot of interests, a lot of friends, but college had just never seemed to make sense. Nobody from the Massey family had ever graduated college. His mom was the only who'd even gone, spending a year at Ivy Tech before joining the workforce. Kevin's dad, Doyel, didn't spend a day in college, and look how he turned out. Learned a skill at a trade school. Became a plumber, provides for his family, doesn't he? Oh, Ruth and Doyel Massey were supportive of their son as a college student, don't get me wrong. They loved the idea of their boy going to Kentucky. They just didn't believe it would last. Honestly, Ruth Massey was telling me Wednesday night, the truth is, when we brought him down to UK, I planned to stay for 3 weeks. I figured the first week, he'd be on endorphins, and by the second or third week he'd be ready to go home. On Friday, Kevin Massey will graduate from the University of Kentucky. He'll roll that wheelchair across the stage and he'll pick up his degree in health communications because he's a stubborn young man who tends to exceed expectations. A doctor once gave him 24 hours to live. That was 7 years ago. Kevin Massey, with UK coach John Calipari, left, was a cross-country runner and basketball player at Franklin Central High School before an inoperable brain tumor was discovered. Photo, courtesy of Massey family. On the other end of the phone, Kevin Massey is getting emotional. He says he's seen his dad, tough old Doyel Massey, cry one time in his whole life, the day the acceptance letter came from the University of Kentucky. That was 2012, when Kevin was a senior at Franklin Central. By then he'd been in the wheelchair for more than a year, a journey that began with that sore calf in 2010. Within days there was tingling in his hands, then partial paralysis. Doctors found an inoperable tumor in his brain and gave him 9 months to live. When the tumor started to bleed, doctors told his parents it was time for a priest. Because Kevin had 24 hours to live. The journey has been something, all right. Like a snowball heading downhill, Kevin Massey has rolled and rolled, collecting friends and experiences along the way. Friends such as Kentucky coach John Calipari and former UK star Earls Noel, now a center with the Dallas Mavericks, and of course the most amazing dog in the world, a black lab named Aria. Experiences such as working as a student manager for the UK basketball team for 5 seasons.